I'm Chris, and I'm a librarian. I hate noisy people, but I know how to deal with those shoe-squeaking, book-dropping, blunderbuss siren pinheads by feeding them into silence today on Clash.
Hello, librarian. My name is Paul. A little louder. You're gonna lose! Librarians and noisy people find out once and for all whether it's volumes or volumes that really count. Now here's your host, Billy Kimball. Take a seat, settle down, be nice and quiet, because we're playing the Librarians today versus their nemesis, noisy people here on Clash. Now, normally I'd explain the rules right here, but I asked the audience beforehand whether they wanted to hear some long, boring explanation of the rules or wanted to get started asking some questions, which very well might concern sex. They chose the questions, so we're going to get started with the winners of the coin toss, the librarians. These are the 4 categories for round 1. Have we met before? Who's the boss? Hurry up and eat. And SAT questions. All the questions are worth 10 points. Librarians, Christine, take a chance. What do you want?
Who's the boss?
Who's the boss? Who would control your fate in 4 different scenarios? You're hiding out at Panama's Nunciature. You would like to stay, but that's really up to your host. Who is in charge of Panama's Nunciature and places like it around the world? Michael for 10 points.
The Pope.
The Pope, that's absolutely right. Only paper embassies are called Nunciatures. Pick again, Michael.
All right, let's continue with who's the boss.
All right, get all 4 questions to the category right. You're not only get 10 points for each one that you've gotten right, but you'll get a 50-point bonus. You're about to realize your life dream, Michael, and the rest of our players, carving the faces of Cisco and Ebert into the Rock of Gibraltar. But first you need permission from the elected official who has ultimate sovereignty over the rock. Whom do you ask? For 10 points, Paul.
The leader of the Isle of Malta.
Wow! No! Not by a damn sight. Christine for 10 points.
Spain.
The leader of Spain, absolutely not. It's Margaret Thatcher. Gibraltar is an English dependency on the southwest coast of Spain, although the King of Spain would like to be in control of it. Michael, pick again for me, please.
SAT questions.
Questions about the SAT test in SAT format. This is the analogy part of the test. No questions right on the LSAT is to a combined score of 10, as no questions right on the SAT is to a combined score of A0, B200, C400, or D800. Michael for 10 points. Excuse me, Paul for 10 points.
B200.
B200, that's not correct. Someone from the librarians has a crack at it now.
Buzzer's not going, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Christine.
C.
C400, that's absolutely right. You get 10 points. And you get to pick another category, Christine.
Have we met before?
Have we met before? First time. Drug czar William Bennett may have learned some valuable first-hand lessons from a rock star he dated at the University of Texas. Who is the late chanteuse? Who did William Bennett date at the University of Texas? Paul for 10 points.
Who is Janis Joplin?
That's right. According to one of Bennett's aides, Dr. Bennett is not Paul.
We will take the whiz quiz now.
All right, the whiz quiz is 5 socially related questions relating to noisy people's area of expertise. I guess it's being loud and obnoxious. Get them all right, you'll not only have your score doubled, as well as getting 10 points for each one you do get right, but you also get what fabulous prize, Dave Levin?
They'll get dance lessons at any of the more than 260 Arthur Murray dance studios worldwide. What happens in dancing happens first at Arthur Murray.
All right, remember, 5 closely related questions, 10 points each, get them all right, score doubled, and great prize. I'll describe a situation. You tell me what you should yell when it happens. You're about to tee... excuse me. You got 20 seconds. Ready? Begin. You're about to tee off, and there are people on the fairway. 4. You're in a fox hunt, and you've just sighted the fox.
Pass.
You're a lumberjack, and you're about to fell a mighty oak.
Timber.
You've just filled in every column of your card with a gambling game played at churches and Indian reservations.
Bingo.
You just dropped a bucket of hot river off a skyscraper under construction under a crash. Oh, I'm sorry. That's all the time we have. What do you yell when you drop the hot rivets off, audience? Yeah, look out, right. The foxtrot, that's tally-ho. You didn't get the whatever the hell it was, but you got a few points, and you also get this. An individual package for each one of you of Nat Sherman pipe tobacco. This flavor is yummy cherry ice. Keep in mind that nobody at this show or MTV condones the smoking in any way, and certainly doesn't condone the smoking of this stuff. Paul, pick a category for me, please.
We will take Who's the Boss?
Who's the boss? You've been caught stealing Australian-themed clothing at LA's Koala Blue Boutique. You're called before the big boss, a pop singer who threatens to get physical if you don't confess. What's her name? Christine for 10 points.
Olivia Newton-John.
That's right. Pick again, Christine. Less than a minute remaining.
Who's the boss?
You're reading Soap Opera Digest and watching A Current Affair when you see an ad for Star Magazine. What media magnate is in charge of this moment in your life? For 10 points, Tanya.
Rupert Murdoch.
That's absolutely right. Pick again, please.
Noisy people?
Go ahead. You've got less than a minute.
Have we met before?
Have we met before? When baseball legend Ted Williams served as a bomber co-pilot during the Korean War, who was his soon-to-be famous pilot? A. Hank Aaron, B. Neil Armstrong, or C. John Glenn? Michael for 10 points.
John Glenn.
That's right. Pick again. You're doing very, very well, noisy people.
Hurry up and eat.
Hurry up and eat. Questions about fast food. What's missing from this list of Big Mac ingredients? A. A sesame seed bun. Excuse me. Let me start over. What's missing from this list of Big Mac ingredients? A sesame seed bun, onions, cheese, lettuce, special sauce, and 2 all-beef patties. What's missing? Michael for 10 points.
Lettuce.
No, I said lettuce.
Well, then.
Librarian. Joanne for 10 points.
Pickles.
That's right, pickles. Go ahead and pick, Joanne.
Whiz quiz.
Whiz quiz. Oh, my gosh, we're going to try and get it in even though we came very close to running out of time. Oh, they're telling me it's too late. I'm sorry. We ran out of time for round one. But there's still plenty more Clash to play. That guy really insisted, didn't he? Can we hear the sound again, just to make sure? Even louder this time. Well, that's final then, Joanne. But you've got 30 points. The noisy people, you're in first place with 70 points. If Librarians stay in second place, what'll they win today on Clash?
They'll win the Ultima Exodus, a challenge for the most experienced Nintendo game players. The ultimate role-playing adventure from SBI. It's not just kid stuff. They'll also win Quicker Safe, a 16-foot digital tape measure. Makes household projects easier by instantly displaying your measurements in feet and inches up to 1/16 of an inch from Homestar. And don't look it up, hunt it up with Franklin's amazing 8-hit Speller. Makes spelling easy and fun, and it's great for word games, too, with 80,000 words from Merriam-Webster. We'll be back with more Clash right after this. Now here's your host, Billy Kimball, for more Clash.
Folks, we're in the middle of quite a ruckus here. The Librarians have 30 points. They're in second place. They're arch enemies. And consistent nemesis at the office, noisy people, are in first place with 70 points. We're about to play round 2. There's lots more of the game left. Anything could happen. Before we do that, let's take a minute to meet our players. Tanya, how do you guys work? Do you have one of you stationed in every movie theater, or do you follow me around whenever I choose to go to the movies?
It's whenever you choose, definitely.
It's me personally?
Definitely.
Okay, who is that person who's been following you around?
Chevy Chase.
Okay. Asking for a job, that kind of thing. Paul, are you just enthusiastic, or are you just downright noisy?
Just downright noisy.
And have you been noisy all your life?
All my life, ever since I came out.
Michael, do you look for, like in a mate, you look for them to be noisy as well, or would you like sort of your opposite, kind of a quiet person?
Noisy.
A noisy person?
Yes.
And where do you go to find noisy people?
Keep swinging bars.
Take note, noisy people. That's a good place to meet Michael. Joanne, if you were organizing a hit squad to rub out people with overdue library fines, would you use silent ninjas or noisy gangsters with machine guns?
Silent ninjas.
Silent ninjas? I guess we could have expected that. Christine, do you ever put tax on people's feet in the library just so you can trick them when they yelp?
Never.
You don't do anything to encourage people to be
nothing
noisy.
mean, nothing underhanded.
But I always suspect the librarians enjoyed all that business.
Absolutely. We're sadists at heart.
They're kind of on a power trip. Stephen, how about Rice Krispies? Problem in the library or no?
No, we eat them.
You eat them in the library before opening hours. All right. Well, then let's get started with round 2. The categories are now worth the questions are now worth 20 points. There are 4 entirely new categories. They are Gridiron Republicans, Don't Quote Me, Roundabout Thinking, and Animal Exaggerations. Librarians, you're in second place. Why don't you pick a category for me, please?
Don't quote me.
Anytime you
Don't quote me.
Don't Quote Me. In 1989, Boy George said he wanted to be reincarnated as A, Liz Taylor, B, Michael Jackson's monkey, or C, Matt Dillon's underwear. For 20 points, Michael.
Liz Taylor.
That's not correct, Librarians. Christine.
Michael Jackson's monkey.
No, you know, everyone always gets that. The honest-to-God thing he said is Matt Dillon's underwear.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Disturbing moments. Audience is heading for the vomit bag. Christine, take another chance for me.
Roundabout thinking.
Roundabout thinking, questions that take you in circles. Name the movie star who shares his last name with the author of Steal This Book. Yes, Michael, for 20
Dustin
points.
Hoffman.
That's right. With Abby Hoffman. Pick again, Michael.
There you go. All right, animal exaggerations.
You're so hungry you could eat a horse, Michael. What would the meat taste like? A, lean and chewy, B, tender and juicy, C, much too fatty as compared with beef. Paul, for 20 points.
A.
A, lean and chewy?
Yeah.
How'd you know that, Paul?
Well, I'm not much of a cook, and I live near a farm, so
Right. And you're noisy, too. Go ahead, Paul.
I'll say Gridiron Republicans.
Okay. What U.S. president was an all-star college football player with several pro offers, but acted so clumsy that LBJ once said he played too long without a helmet? American president. Stephen, go ahead.
Gerald Ford.
Yeah, that's him. Go ahead, Stephen. Good for you. Pick quickly for me, please.
Gridiron Republican.
All right, stick with it. Remember that 50-point bonus if you get all the questions in the category right. President Reagan liked to use his famous Newt Rockney All-American line, "Win just one for the Gipper." But when he was at Notre Dame for the unveiling of a Newt Rockney stamp, he blew the line. What did he say exactly? A, win just one for the Gapper, B, win just one for the Gippet, or C, win just one for the Gopher? Michael, for 20 points.
A.
A. A miss is as good as a mile. Librarian, go ahead. Stephen, give it a try.
C.
C, win just one for the Gopher? No, he said win just one for the Gippet. Go ahead, Stephen, pick again. You got that. You picked that category.
Gridiron Republicans again.
Okay, Stephen. The man who quarterbacked the Buffalo Bills to the AFL championship in 1964 and 1965 is now President Bush's Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Name him. For 20 points, Paul.
Jack Kemp.
That's him. Go ahead, Jack. Oh, go ahead, Paul. Sorry. It's Paul.
We'll take Gridiron Republicans again.
Last question category. Paul, you've got the grudge match. Who do you want to play against, the Librarians?
I'll take Stephen.
All right, Paul versus Stephen in a battle for 50 bonus points. Come on down. Should we savor this moment? Dog food, paper plate. Stephen, Paul, the contest for 50 points is who can turn over the can of dog food onto the plate and have it retain the most can-like shape. Go ahead, begin. Wait, pretty close, audience. Now, you remember you want to give points for an early finish here, I think, but they're both pretty can-like, so let's decide. Which you like more, this one? Or this one? Oh, an even greater applause. Congratulations, Stephen. You won 50 extra points. Let's head on back and play the rest of round 2. All right, Stephen, pick a category for me, please. You're in control of the board.
Roundabout thinking.
Roundabout thinking. Who was the immediate predecessor of the newsman whose last name means prefer? Remember, these are circular questions. No one wants to even try. Tanya for 20 points.
Walter Cronkite?
Cronkite, that's right. You replaced Dan Rather.
Good job.
Go ahead.
Roundabout
Dan
thinking.
Rather. Really? Seems like such a tough category. All right, what X-rated movie was also the code name for a secret Watergate source? 20 points, Christine.
I just drew a blank.
No, that's not correct. Someone from the noisy people. Although I can't wait to see it. Paul.
Deep Throat.
Deep Throat, that's right. 1 minute left. Go ahead, noisy people. Paul, you're in the lead. Pick a category.
First category.
Don't quote me.
Don't quote me. In a 1989 appearance on Larry King's radio show, businessman Donald Trump accused Larry of having A, 4 eyes, B, no talent, C, bad breath, or D, an affair with his wife. Michael for 20 points.
C.
C, bad breath. That's right. Pick again, Michael.
Roundabout.
Less than a minute left.
Roundabout thinking.
All right, last question category. Name the residence of the Sesame Street character who shares his name with Mr. Meyer, the wiener maker. Michael for 20 points.
Oscar the Grouch.
That's not correct. I asked you to name his residence, Librarians. Go ahead, Christine.
The trash can.
A garbage can, trash can. That's correct. You get to pick again. What will it be?
Don't quote me.
Don't quote me. On June 9th, 1988, what did Vice President Bush repeatedly call Ted Koppel during an on-air interview? A, Fred, B, Dan, or C, Kenneth? For 20 points, Christine.
Dan.
Dan, that's absolutely right. Pick again. You're
Don't
coming
quote
alive
me.
here. Don't quote me. All right, last question category. Who was Geraldo Rivera talking to when he said, "You're a murdering dog, Charlie. You're a mass murdering dog"? A, the dog from the Chuck Wagon ad. B, Charles Manson, or C, Charles Nelson Riley? For 20 points, Paul.
C.
B, that's right. Pick again, Paul.
Attaboy, Paul. Attaboy.
That's all the time we have for this round. I don't have a different end of the round this time. They like to keep me guessing here. Librarians, you're in second place with 140 points. Noisy people, you're in the lead with 210 points. There's lots more class still to play. We've got the big questions coming up in a minute. But first, Dave Levin, tell our winners what they'll take home today.
Billy, today our winners will get a Baldwin Explorer EX12 keyboard. Offers piano and 15 other orchestral sounds, automatic rhythm and drums and one-finger chords from Baldwin Piano and Organ Company. From Eastpak, the leader of the pack, a set of bags for school, for travel, for fun. Eastpak bags are tough and stylish and are built to last. Yours from Eastpak. And Magna mountain bikes. More power to climb and accelerate. Magna, the hot new name on the street. Distributed by Dynacraft Industries, Inc. Back to you, Billy.
Join us for the rest of class after this.
And now for more class, here's your host, Billy Kimball.
Time to find out who's going to have the last word today on Clash. Will it be the Librarians, who've amassed a flimsy total of 140 points, or their arch enemies, the Noisy People, who've amassed a slightly less flimsy 210 points? Right. Noisy People noisily responding to that. Here are the categories for the big questions today. They are states, mates, and greats. There are 3 categories and 3-point values. What I'll ask you both to do now is take some time to decide what questions you want to answer and in what order. While they're making their big question selection, we'll turn to Terror by Night on today's Clash Theater for one of the most touching love scenes ever filmed. Let's watch.
Scotland Yard Inspector, why, that's something different.
Naturally, it'll be more money for you. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Ooh. More of a disturbing moment than romantic. Librarians, you're in second place. What categories would you like and in what order?
Mates for 50, states for 100, and greats for 150.
All right, then. Get these questions right, you'll get the points. Get them wrong, you'll lose the points. You play as a team. Ready? The category is mates. He was elected president of the U.S. 4 times, and she was chairman of the UN Commission for Human Rights. Who were they?
Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt.
That's right. You get 50 points. Here's your 100-point question. Listen carefully, librarians. The category is state. Which is the show-me state?
Missouri.
Way to go. Librarians, you surged into the lead with that, I should note. The category is great. The 150-point question, get it right, you get 150 points. Get it wrong, you lose 150 points. What was the Great Gatsby's first name?
Jay.
Jay, you're absolutely right. You get 150 points. Noisy people, you're going to have to get all 3 of your questions right if you want to keep your lead and win the game today. Which ones would you like?
We'll take states for 50,
All right.
mates for 150, and greats for 100.
All right, then. Here's your 50-point question. The category is states. Which state is the Constitution state?
Connecticut.
You're right. You get 50 points. The category is great. Get it right, you'll stay in the game. Get it wrong, you'll be our losers. What president proposed a program of social reform known as the Great Society?
Who's Lyndon Johnson?
Who is Lyndon Johnson? Where have I heard that before? Clash. Didn't they tell you? All right, you got that right.
Boy, Paul.
That's absolutely correct. You got 360 points. And this is for the game, noisy people. Get it right, you win. Get it wrong, you lose. The category is mates, and here is the question. Together, two French scientists discovered radium and polonium. Who were they? 150 points. Play the team, French scientists.
Monsieur and Madame Curie.
Judges, can we take it? Yes, they're up. Right. Marie and Pierre Curie was what we were looking for. Congratulations, noisy people. You are winners. You're the winners. One player from among the noisy people answered more questions correct than any other during our first two rounds of play. He is Paul. He gets to come down here with Nanny now. And spin the Frisbee of freebies for today's grand prize. What is it? Dave Levin?
Well, Billy, Paul could win a trip to Aruba on ALM Antilia Airlines. He'll stay at the luxurious Americana Aruba, the premier resort on romantic Aruba, offering oceanfront vistas, fantasy pool, casino gambling, and fine dining in an incomparable island setting. Back to you, Billy.
Paul, here's the Frisbee of freebies. It's got painfully difficult cinema, close to impossible baseball, real nasty history, very little known library facts, stuff you just can't possibly know, and an easy question. Why don't you take a spin and we'll see what you end up with. I want to go on a vacation. Was it Aruba? Aruba. Never got a trip in my life. Somebody win. Somebody won the first game. Aruba. Up. Oh, no, not again. Very little known library facts, Paul. How ironic. Oh, well. Here it is. What is the third word on the 33rd page of the third book from the right on the third shelf of the third cabinet from the left in the class library? V. V? No, not correct. It's Thomas. Who'd have thought? You're still our winner today. You've got some fabulous prizes with the rest of the noisy people. Come on out. Congratulate Paul. Let's say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Join us tomorrow on Clash.
Promotional consideration provided by limited edition Ray-Ban precious metal sunglasses by Dowson Rome, featuring rare metals and 24-karat gold frames with changeable lenses. Available in gray, black, or white. 42 square feet of the new generation of beautiful Bruce hardwood flooring, designed for easy care and durability. From Bruce. And Benrith ladies with gents watch, highlighted by genuine diamonds set in a flat dial. Precision movement never needs winding. Furnished by Benrith.